people with liberty and justice for all. All present? Care?
Yes.
Corcoran? Mildred?
Yes.
Simo?
Yes.
Burchell?
Motion we approve the agenda as presented. Support.
Motion by Commissioner Simo, second by Commissioner Mildred, to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and the approval of the monthly check registry report.
Thank you. So tonight on the agenda, check register report for the month of November. You probably noticed that the revenue expenditure report and summary report were excluded from today's agenda. With the audit going on, it was pretty busy. I didn't have a chance to put together those financial reports, so those will be brought to you at the first meeting in January. But this report is created from different programs and all set to go. For approval, if there's any questions, address them now. More than to approve the monthly.
Motion by Commissioner Mildred, second by Commissioner Corcoran, to approve the monthly check registry report. Any comments? Roll call vote, please.
Corcoran?
Yes.
Mildred?
Yes.
Simo?
Yes.
Care?
Yes.
Burchell?
Citizens wishing to address the commission on item not on the agenda? None? For business item I, discuss and consider approving change order number 1 for the 2018 San Diego sewer line extension of water service line replacement project.
Thank you. This is our first change order for this project. This project was awarded to Richland Construction. Sewer line project has been completed, and the water line project is completed. They still have some restoration to do in the spring on that. So we did itemize the change order work. The bulk of the water, actually all the water main change order work was associated with the vandalism up at the water tank. The change in pressure caused a number of service lines to break around town. And we had Richland Construction, so we had contract with them, help with some of the repairs. Our crews did some, and they helped with some also. So you can see that amounts to just a little under $35,000 for that. We still will have a few items, some street patches and things that will include with this at a later date. But with that, we've itemized the change order items, and that would and the work has been completed. Relative to those items. That is this is the change order, and that's a progress payment.
I just had one question on the sheet that scroll down. It looks like the application on the sheet. That one thing. Because in this one you withhold a 2% repayment, and every time you do it, usually 5%.
Very astute, yes. Usually we hold a 5% repayment if we're going through the project. The project is essentially, they've done the vast majority of the work, so we reduce that retainage when we're closer to the end of the project. So, yeah, very good.
I'll make the motion to approve change order number 1 as described in item I. Support.
Motion by Commissioner Mildred, second by Commissioner Corcoran, to approve change order number 1 as described in item I. Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Mildred?
Yes.
Simo?
Yes.
Care?
Yes.
Corcoran?
Yes.
Burchell?
Yes. Item J, discuss and consider authorizing pay application number 2 to Ricola Construction for the 2018 sewer line and water services line replacement project in the amount of $100,687.11 for water portion and $5,578.99 for sewer.
Again, this is associated with the project that Whitson has with the city, and this is for work completed. As you note in the water section, the part that was done due to vandalism will come out of the city water fund, and then we are going working with our insurance company to try to get that reimbursed through insurance, since it was vandalism based. And the other part of the water project is through a grant, so it's grant funded, and the sewer portion is from our sewer fund.
I make a motion to approve the application of the two.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Copeland, second by Commissioner Stewart, to approve the application of the two. Roll call vote, please.
Semo?
Yes.
Care?
Yes.
Corcoran? Mildred?
Yes.
Bertha?
Moving on to new business, item 4, introduce ordinance number 518, consumption of public alcoholic liquor, ordinance number 518, to schedule it for the public hearing on Wednesday, January 24th, 2025.
Thank you. And just a clarification, thanks, Tom. January, actually, the second meeting in January is 28th. So it'd be for the 28th, so just to clarify that. And again, right now the current ordinance does not allow any beer, wine, or alcoholic beverages in parks in our city property. So last year we had some discussion on this last summer, and this has been reviewed internally, and then we also have processed through the Park and Rec Committee, and they are concurring or making a recommendation to consider the ordinance as presented. Again, tonight it's just introducing the ordinance. With your approval, we go and have a public hearing then on the 28th to get public input and that type of thing with it. So we did tailor the ordinance after Marquette. So we found Marquette had a very well laid out ordinance and applied their structure to this. And as we note in the ordinance, there are certain parks where it would be allowed, and then there are other parks where it would only be allowed by permit. And again, they've been vetted based on the type of use in those parks, and they're identified in the ordinance. So I can go through that in more detail if you'd like, or
I'd like to make a motion to get the public hearing on Monday, January 28th. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Morton, second by Commissioner Stewart, to schedule a public hearing for ordinance number 518 on Monday, January 28th. Questions, comments?
I'm just going to say I have a comment, I don't know if it would be more appropriate in January, but I guess we're going to see things mention about the people being added to areas of themselves. I'm just looking at the people parks and Brandon Field has the way I was going to set it as softball was there, all there, and then the people park has the volleyball was there, so I was concerned probably the second so
I think for that sort of ties in a little bit with what I think my question was. I'd like to be relatively straightforward. So I'm assuming we wouldn't expect that in the ordinance.
no, that would be a separate form that they would fill out. We'll keep it streamlined. Essentially, they'll come to the clerk's office. Public safety would just review that with us, and then we would sign off if everything looks okay. So we keep it fairly, very straightforward. That's what I would anticipate for the full year, probably.
it does, but I look at Brandon Field with a bunch of students that work out of there, and they're not paying on volleyball, but
And there wouldn't be any fee associated with this.
Okay.
So we purposely did not include any kind of permit fee, more to encourage use of the parks and help manage. Just a forum, yeah. Right.
So they got there a whole lot, they're gonna have to be.
Correct, yeah, the days that they would have their league, the games on. But no, we don't have any fee applied to this. So that's not being proposed.
Maybe speaking to Commissioner Corbin's point that maybe possible to even though it's already try to feel the non-minded, and one form of recreation and volleyball and people kind of relatively new and maybe the question is not to find out for sure is it right to require from someone when there is no group?
It's really the park that we're looking at, it's not the group specific.
Right.
They looked at each park and how it was utilized. And then the interaction with Depot Park, I know the discussion revolved around there's multiple uses there. It's not just volleyball, it's just one part of it. A lot of it is other family-oriented uses. We've had other challenging issues there that we've had to deal with that we wouldn't want to just open it up across the board. I think through a permit process would help manage that properly and maybe eliminate some of those potential issues that we've had down there. That's the thinking behind doing it by permit at Depot Park.
I'm okay to move on. I still would do the people part added to the areas permitted, but, we have our public hearing in
Sure.
The process consider authorizing bids for water utility meters. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion consider authorizing bids for water utility meters.
Well, thank you. We've been doing the water utility meter reading contract for a number of years. It's worked very, very well for us. Our current contract meter reader has had some health issues and aren't able to finish out the contract. I think we had through this year or through one more year. So we are asking permission to go out to rebid that. And I think we had a 3-year contract last time, so we do something similar to that. We bring it back to the city commission.
When is the contract expired?
I believe it's this summer. This would be expired. And I know we've extended it with that particular individual in the past, but they're having some health issues and just cannot keep up with the contract.
I'll make a motion, we authorize bid for water utility meter. Or
Motion by Commissioner Steele, second by Commissioner Taylor, to authorize bids for water utility meters. Will it be for effective immediately or what we monitor going down for?
It'll be going. It would probably start before the end of the term of the contract. She would not be able to fulfill our contract. We are doing it internally, trying to manage it, but it takes some more staff away from other things.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion consider the sale of easement to Exxon.
Thank you. We received a request from XL Energy to purchase some easement from the city on city-owned property. There's 4 locations. You can see where it's marked in red here. Essentially around the industrial park and then over by Sam Salvage on that corner of the city owns some property. So it doesn't impact the property. They're going to be replacing some lines that they have in that area, so they want to get a little bit wider easement. And again, the purchase price for the easement, if you add it all up with the 4 parcels, I believe it's $12,100.80. See what they'd be paying us to acquire that. So again, we have looked at it internally. It doesn't have any conflict with any use of the property. We have concern about.
very straightforward.
Pretty straightforward, very straightforward. Yeah.
Move forward with the sale of the easement.
I was going to just throw this for discussion whether you want to do it now or in a future date. This is money that's not encumbered at this point. I think you apply it for something else as we go forward. I know we just talked today, we are trying to get funding for the clay structure north of US 2 through a grant process. We tried it twice, and we've just been told that we weren't successful again. It just isn't meeting the scoring criteria, the competitive part of that. So either now or in the future, we can talk about, that clay structure, but this is, unidentified funding that, is available for something. And that might be something to consider if you wanted to be applied for something along those lines. I think just accomplishing it internally, with our forces, maybe going for a bid for a nice clay structure and maybe doing a community build. We can save some money and maybe get some contractors to help build it. We can save money that way. Still get a really nice structure in that location.
And Jeff mentioned a couple of years ago, but Ironwood comm.
Okay, excellent.
So are we going to outright sale at this meeting then?
If you felt comfortable earmarking it, if you want to talk about it at a future date, definitely recommending, authorizing the sale of the property, but whether or not you wanted to earmark it for that particular project, I just thought I'd throw it out there. Get your thoughts.
I want to make a motion now. Did you make the motion? You had the fire department. No, I didn't. Great idea. I'll get them.
Care,
Yes.
Corcoran,
Yes.
Mildred,
Yes.
Semo,
Yes.
Virgil. Corcoran, Mildred,
Yes.
Semo,
Yes.
Care,
Yes.
Virgil.
Yeah, thank you. Just a few items to touch on. Again, coming to year end, and it's been another busy year, so looking forward to another busy year going forward in 2019. Toward the end of the year, you probably saw in the newspaper about a number of things came our way on the west end of the UP, which is really has some nice potential impacts for our area. And one of the things that through the state budgeting process, some assistance for Wapaka Boundary, which will be a really nice addition to our industrial park, to our community, and to the county. We'll Community College had gotten some funding to add some additional trades programs that they're providing over there. And then Copper Peak is going to get some funding to convert the facility to summer jumping and attract international jumping events here. So again, really great things for the area. We are also working with the group, we being comm pretty much, on for the area that is working closely with the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. And they're doing an economic development study and strategic plan for the western end of the UP that can help focus and identify potential business opportunities, things that we should be looking at doing as a region to attract businesses here. So again, we've all been working very closely with the state. I know town's been taking the lead on a lot of this effort. And again, these things pop up and it seems like it just happened. But really, some of this stuff has been in the works for many, many months, if not years, to work through this. So again, hats off to all the people, to the Community Development Office, the city offices that are a big part of making this happen. So just wanted to touch on that. Kind of along the same lines, the city did receive notice too that we will be the recipient of a Michigan DNR Trust Fund grant for $280,000 for development of mountain bike trails in Miners Park. Again, that's been in the works for many, many months. It was nice to get that grant approved. approved for that work, and we're looking at probably 2019-20 construction. There's a lot of things that need to come into play to get that project moving forward. We still need to get into a formal grant agreement, but again, that'll be a nice improvement to the area. And also, again, a number of years ago, the city commission took the lead in the Ironwood Trail, getting the first phase going. Now we have the second phase. In the third phase, funding through the DNR Trust Fund has been approved, and there's also MDOT TAP funding. So that'll be from Bessemer to Ramsey, that section of trail. So again, the funding's fallen into place. They're looking at right now, everything is comes together with the 2020 construction. We're still working on some easement acquisition and some permitting things. But again, some big projects for the area. Event-wise, we have this weekend, I believe they're still making ice, even though it's warm out there, and the Snowmobile Olympus is still on for this weekend. So, again, that group has been working very hard down there, even with warm weather, and I believe they'll have that event this weekend, and then they have 2 more events in February, so they have 3 full events. I think they had to postpone one and extend it into February just because of the warm weather. So, there'll be a lot going on here in the area. We also have the Sisu Ski Fest on January 12th. Happening at the 10th anniversary for that event, and that's moving forward. So we're hoping that the forecast for snow comes about here over the next couple of days to help with all that. Along the lines of city activities, Paul, Lynn, Finance Department, department has been working very closely with the auditors over the last probably month and a half, getting that pulled together, and they'll be presenting. Joe McAuliffe will be presenting the audit to the city at a workshop, second meeting in January. So we get the full audit, everything looks good, and we sat down with the auditors today. So again, hats off to the finance department and department heads for managing the budget well, and audit, I think you'll see as they present went very well again this year. I want to recognize the city clerk's office. They took the lead in redoing the lights in this entire building. So they've been working with Efficiency United, which is an agency that helps with some grant funding to help offset the costs of the light installations. And again, changing it from the old fluorescent to LED lighting. So again, through the grant process, a lot of that cost is being funded through that. And also, we're curious to see what kind of cost savings we have going forward on the building. Again, this is a big building, a lot of lights, and I think it'll be significant. And again, I think these are all LED now here, right here. So you may not even notice, but they changed out the LED. It's a little different kind of light, but it should be a lot more cost effective. So again, it's a big building, big project. So I want to thank them for taking on that project, in addition to everything else that they're doing. With the holidays, everybody asks about the garbage pickup, and if anybody asks, during this Christmas week, it's postponed one day. So if your Wednesday pickup will be Thursday, Thursday pickup will be Friday. And then next week, with New Year's, it's regular schedule. So if anybody's asking, that's how that works out. So the only time that we actually change it is the Christmas, week of Christmas. And we're also working on, I know the commission had some issues, and we've had some issues with city email. Our current email process is getting a lot of spam. We're just getting inundated with the spam and all this stuff that just bogs down the system. So Dennis and I think a couple other staff members have been working with the computer doctors to get that switched over, to switch it to the cloud, and that should really help with all the problems that we've been having in the last few months. So any idea roughly how long it might take to get this switched over? Did you give me any idea?
It shouldn't be too much progress.
So get that email. That's how we live, work, and how things get done through email nowadays. So it'd be nice to get that back in good operation. And last thing on my list was, you probably saw it in the newspaper. I don't have any real update, but the school district had sold Slate School. And again, I guess the new owner is going to put that into use that'll be very complimentary to the neighborhood. They're indicating that. And we're looking forward to seeing who it is and what they're going to be doing with the building. But it sounds like promising good fit for the neighborhood. And that's the end of my report.
Just like this, with the recent election, I was thinking about how much time representatives beyond the center of the area, city county, weeks and weeks, months and months. Calumet person, you know, so I was hoping that, he is where this is, sensing the things, service. And, the other thing was the, longtime city manager, Glenn Anderson, city manager of Montauk, and city manager of Barrett, city manager of Hancock. And, between the cities of Ironwood and Hancock, had a great relationship, and he helped us on occasion, and we helped him on occasion. So, his last official day of work is Friday. And so, we would also, love to have us kind of go to things to, and appreciation for the city of Hancock for the 23-year career in the Southwest. Wonderful.
Happy holiday season. Everyone have a good year. Thank you so much to all the staff members and students. Is there a motion to adjourn? One. Thank you. Motion by Commissioner Freeman, second by Commissioner Graves. All in favor? Aye.